There's something about a real royal tour that instantly changes the atmosphere. No staged moments, no desperate headlines, no constant attempts to grab attention. Just quiet confidence, genuine connection, and the kind of presence that makes people naturally gather around. And right now, Catherine, Princess of Wales, is proving exactly why she remains one of the most admired women in the royal world. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about Catherine's beautiful visit to Italy, a tour that has completely captured public attention and reminded people what royal duty is supposed to look like. Catherine arrived in Reggio Emilia in northern Italy for her first overseas working visit since recovering from cancer, making this trip not only professionally important, but deeply personal as well. And the response from the public has been overwhelming. Crowds packed the streets waiting to see her. People waved signs, cheered her name, and welcomed her with enormous warmth. At several points during the visit, it genuinely looked as though the entire city had fallen in love with her. This 2-day solo tour focused on the work of the Royal Foundation Center for Early Childhood, an initiative Catherine launched to highlight the importance of early childhood development and how those early years shape emotional health, creativity, and future well-being. The project fits Catherine perfectly. Throughout the last few years, especially during her recovery period, we've seen how much she values nature, creativity, family connection, and emotional well-being. So seeing her support this educational philosophy felt authentic rather than performative. One of the first stops on the tour was the Loris Malaguzzi Center, where children learn through art, movement, sound, shadows, clay, and imaginative play. The photographs from the visit were incredible. Catherine could be seen laughing with children, experimenting with clay projects, interacting naturally with teachers, and genuinely enjoying every moment. Later, she visited the Anna Frank preschool, a nature-focused school where creativity and outdoor learning are built into daily education. Once again, the reaction from the children was unforgettable. And honestly, this is where Catherine has something you simply cannot fake. Children are naturally drawn to her. There were beautiful moments throughout the visit where kids rushed toward her, smiled instantly around her, or simply stared at her with complete fascination. One photo in particular completely melted the internet. A tiny baby looking absolutely mesmerized while staring directly at Catherine. It was one of those rare images that people instantly connect with emotionally. The baby could not stop looking at her. And maybe that's what makes Catherine stand out so much in today's media environment. She doesn't force moments. She doesn't appear obsessed with cameras or attention. Instead, people, especially children, seem to react to her naturally. Even her interactions felt effortless. She spoke with teachers, greeted families warmly, and even used a little Italian during conversations, which the crowds clearly appreciated. Of course, people were also talking about her appearance because Catherine once again managed to look elegant without making the visit feel like a fashion show. She wore a beautifully tailored cornflower blue suit, paired with a pastel handbag and soft curls that immediately became a talking point online. The look was polished, refined, and perfectly suited to the tone of the tour. But what stood out most was how relaxed she seemed. After everything she has gone through over the last year, seeing her smiling comfortably, engaging confidently with the public, and returning to international duties felt incredibly significant for royal supporters. Many people online described the trip as emotional because it symbolized a return to normal life after a very difficult period. And perhaps that's why the public response has been so intense. People are not simply reacting to royal glamour. They are reacting to resilience. Catherine's ability to maintain warmth, composure, and dignity through enormous public pressure has strengthened the connection many people already felt toward her. The Italian media covered the visit extensively, and international outlets quickly picked up the story as well. Social media became flooded with clips of crowds cheering for her, children reaching for her hand, and photographs showing just how engaged people were throughout the tour. At times, it almost felt less like a standard royal engagement and more like a celebration. What also impressed many royal watchers was how focused the trip remained on the actual work, rather than constant image changes or headline-chasing moments. Catherine wore the same outfit throughout major portions of the day, keeping attention on the children, the schools, and the educational projects themselves. That detail may seem small, but people noticed it. The focus stayed on the purpose of the visit. And in modern royal life, that balance is extremely difficult to maintain. Over the years, Catherine has slowly developed a style of public engagement that feels calm, disciplined, and remarkably consistent. She rarely tries to dominate a moment, yet somehow she often becomes the center of attention anyway. That's exactly what happened in Italy. Whether she was kneeling beside children during art activities, speaking with educators, or simply waving to crowds gathered outside buildings, the images coming from the tour projected something the royal family values deeply: stability. And after months of uncertainty surrounding her health, that image matters enormously. Many supporters online described the visit as a reminder of why Catherine has become such an important figure within the monarchy. Not because she is loud or controversial, but because she represents reliability, grace, and emotional intelligence. By the end of the day, one thing was very clear: this tour was a success. Not because of headlines, not because of drama, but because Catherine once again demonstrated the rare ability to make royal duty feel personal, human, and meaningful. And honestly, seeing her back on the international stage, looking healthy, confident, and genuinely happy was probably the biggest moment of all. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know your thoughts on Catherine's Italy tour in the comments below, and tell me which moment from the visit stood out to you the most. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned because we'll definitely be covering more royal updates very soon.